If you don't know who Sam Hyde is, whether or not you love him or hate him, you have to recognize him as he's the most talented comedian alive. He's the most talented comedian of our generation. He's gonna probably be the greatest comedian of all time. He's he's a genius.
But I just remember the stuff that I loved him for years ago, which was $1 Million Extreme, which I thought was so bold and so different and so meaningful and so important. And I wonder how many other people like me watched it and were inspired by it and were influenced by it because it was truly good, because there was an integrity to the work.
Okay, I have one question. When has Sam ever been that funny? Show me one piece of content or a skit that is that funny, that good, that groundbreaking, please. I'm telling you, it doesn't exist. I think there's like this mythical idea of Sam Hyde that just simply does not exist. Okay, I've come across quite a lot of Sam stuff over the years, over like 10-year period, and not once has it got anything more than like a slight exhale out my nose, and even that's stretching it. I'm sorry, his stuff is just not funny, it's not deep, it's just garbage. Alright, let me calm down. You know what it is? I think Sam has legitimately fooled like hundreds of thousands of people into thinking there's something there in his comedy that isn't. Sam's comedy is essentially just hee XD random humor, but with like this veneer, this extra layer of sarcasm. It engulfs like everything he does. I think that sort of tone he employs legitimately bamboozles people into thinking there's something clever happening. If you want, here's the challenge. If you're like a fan of his, send me his best stuff. I guarantee nothing will make me laugh. There is one thing that's really funny about Sam, and that's like the meta humor that surrounds him. That one picture that goes viral every shooting, the Ghost of Kiev stuff, that stuff's pretty funny in like a haha, isn't the internet crazy, or like in an inside joke kind of way. The fact he's like a self-aware, slightly schizo character who looks unkempt, like, it's a little bit funny.
Nick, what's going on, big guy? You just tripped my wife.
Like, that's probably his best skit, and it maybe gets like a smirk out of me. It's okay. His line delivery is like pretty good. I think that in itself maybe people find funny. But I don't know, the actual content is like garbage. In before, oh, you just don't get it, bro. No, okay, explain it to me then. Explain what all this deep shit he's talking about is. The trolley stuff is okay, like when he tricked idubbbz in his documentary. But come on, this is like basic bitch YouTube prankster stuff. It's not the Hyde of comedy. And you know what? I'm gonna say it. Sam Hyde fans are weird. Actually, they're worse than weird. What they are is fatherless. I just get major I need an internet daddy vibes from them. But they're not normie enough to gravitate towards like Jordan Peterson or Andrew Tate. I imagine their inner monologue is like in green text format, you know? Be me, autist neat with no purpose in life. Worried about the decay of modern society, that kind of shit. So they need this type of meta sarcastic schizo figure to guide them. It's weird that he's more popular today than he's ever been. I think his fans seem like really culty. It's cringe as fuck. And this isn't me like shitting on him because of like a political thing. Like I think Nick Fuentes is reasonably funny at times. I think Low Tier God is hilarious, even though I probably disagree a shit ton with him. But he goes on these beautifully descriptive, colorful monologues. He uses just the right words to lay out exactly how worthless you are or exactly how he's gonna bang your mom. Off the cuff. It may not be high art, but that's funny. That's a comedic talent I can appreciate. Sam in comparison is just like... You know, no laugh. Okay, the reason I thought of a lot of this is because I saw idubbbz's latest drama. Yeah, I know, I'm a bit late. On the drama itself, I don't really have much of an opinion because I didn't follow it. I do feel kind of bad for idubbbz in that he's now become like this hated target from both sides almost. Like super progressive woke people are like, oh man, he was that slurs guy, I don't like him for that. And then like a lot of the edgier fans are like, oh man, this guy like gave up, he's like sold out. I think the truth is probably that he legitimately has just kind of grown past it. He doesn't appreciate that kind of humor anymore. I think he was a bit too harsh on his own past self, to be honest. Because look, were some of his jokes like a little over the line? Were they a bit too like edgy for the sake of it without much of like a actual punchline there? Yeah, probably. Was some of his content like a little too overly negative or too harsh on certain people? Yeah, maybe. Did he have to use quite that many slurs? Probably not. But I never got the sense from him that he was like an actual bigot. I thought it was pretty clear he wasn't. Like the only real criticism I think you could have of him is that he wasn't clear enough with his audience. He didn't like rein them in, but still keeping like his edgy demeanor while doing it. Like, you know, there's a balancing act you can pull where you can do that type of humor, but still try to make sure you're not like emboldening the wrong types of ideas and you're not building a kind of shitty fan base. He could have been more aware of the responsibility or influence he had and like handled his fans a bit better maybe. But now retroactively, it feels like he's pulling that leash too hard now. Like he's almost like disavowing his old content. And it's like, well, you don't have to go that far. It felt a bit soy is what I'm trying to say. It's like, I don't know. I just feel like you can dance that line a little bit better so that not everyone comes away thinking like, oh man, fuck that guy. But hey, maybe he doesn't care. Maybe just this is like his truth and he just wants it out there. If that's the case, that's fair enough. All right, I guess that's about it. New main channel video hopefully should be out within the next 2 or 3 days. Bye.